Hey guys, so every year I get the same question of, whether an ice transducer is worth it over just a traditional. So on the screen here you can see my Helix 5 by Hummingbird. And for a long time I just used the traditional transducer that came with it, that I mount to my kayak during the summertime or to a boat. But I just wanted to kind of show the difference. So for those of you that aren't familiar with this fish finder, you can see right up here at the top, that's going to be the top of the ice. Down here at the bottom, you're going to have, the bottom looks like it's more of a hard bottom with a little bit of weeds. So that's just kind of the basics of this fish finder. As you can see right here, we just had a fish come in and took the jig. The jig would be that blue line that's been going kind of up and down. Now you can see it dropping back down, but we're only in 6.7 feet of water, so it's going to be pretty good even with either transducer, just because it's not very deep. But in a second I'm going to show you kind of the difference. So again, you can see a fish coming up off the bottom right there. And kind of all day long we had fish chasing us, and it was nice to have the ice transducer to where we could see exactly where the fish was and if it was following our bait or not. So again right here, you can see the blue lines. That's our jig going kind of towards the top of the ice, dropping back down, and again you'll see some fish come in, and it kind of helps us. You can see one came from the top there, one came from the bottom. They're both kind of looking at it. One got hooked, and then you'll see here on the video that we ended up bringing. Alright, now I'm going to switch it up just a little bit, and I'm going to unplug that transducer and plug in just the traditional one. So you can already see that there's a difference. So there's a little bit of interference going on, but those little thin blue lines that look like they're kind of going and dropping are our jig. So they're definitely not as solid, and it's kind of hard to find where you're at. There's obviously a fish on the bottom right here, and we're not quite sure where we're at in the water column, as opposed to if we had that ice transducer. And like I said, we're only in 6.5 feet of water here, so if you were to go out a lot deeper, that traditional transducer is going to have a hard time finding your jig. I really think that it is worth it, and it makes a huge difference on picking up the fish that are below you and your jig, to know exactly where you're at. I do have a mount that I made for that transducer, the traditional one, so it doesn't spin, and it usually can point straight down. But even with that on it, it still is giving me quite a bit of troubles picking up my jig and really seeing where the fish are.
It's just funny the difference between.
There he is. Oh, look at that big boy. Oh,
There we go.
Yeah.